Willkommen to everyone, and I hope you all had a great New Year and didn't spend New Year like I did, crying watching Brighton lose again. I mean, how did we lose to Arsenal? How the did we lose to Arsenal? Nobody loses to Arsenal. Okay, yeah, I forgot about Chelsea. Wait a second. If Chelsea lost to Arsenal 3-1 and we lost 1-0, we're better than Chelsea. Yep, that adds up. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Underrated players at each Premier League club. And this time it will be in alphabetical order, because last time it was like we hadn't even been to primary school. Arsenal, Emily Smith-Rowe. The youngster is Arsenal's future, and looks and plays like Kevin De Bruyne. Suspicious. Don't know why that's suspicious, it just is. Anyway, the youngster plays really well and can create anything he wants. Will surely grow up to be the next Kevin De Bruyne. How was that suspicious? Aston Villa, Matty Cash. Aston Villa better get him in the bank because he's worth a lot of cash. Okay, I'll stop. A brilliant signing for Villa in a very impressive array of summer signings in a very impressive squad. And okay, I'm just kidding. They rely on Jack Grealish for everything. But anyway, he has been quite an impressive signing. He's looked really good, and plus you can make endless money puns about him, so that's really good as well. Brighton, Aaron Connolly. His goal stats do not justify how good a player he is. He may be like Mope in that he can't help but miss the goal, but his marauding runs and swashbuckling dribbles do have a great output for Brighton going forward. He's won 3 penalties this season, of which only 1 has been scored, which I think we can put down to Neil Mope. Burnley, Nick Pope. No, not that Pope. That's better. Nick Pope does not get enough credit for being the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. There you go. I said it. He's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. He also is 17 million miles tall and is the #1 cause of death for skyscrapers worldwide. Let's have a minute's silence for all the skyscrapers who have lost their lives. Okay, I can't bother to do a minute's silence, so let's move on. Okay, before we do this bit, please note, Jamie wrote this bit, so yeah, he's quite passionate. You don't get any prize for guessing which team he supports. Chelsea, Kepa. Okay, I'm so sorry. Chelsea, Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic was specifically mentioned by Messi and God himself as one of the most promising talents in the youth ranks right now. Even Jurgen Klopp did that face after a wonderful piece of dribbling and skill.
He's smiling, but he's not smiling inside, I can assure you.
American talents are beginning to spring up everywhere, and right now it's all started from this wonder kid. And may you have an incredible future at Chelsea, Captain America. Crystal Palace, Vincent Guitar. No, stupid autocorrect. Vincent Guaita. Okay, I may be slightly goalkeeperist here, but what do you mean that's not a word? Look it up. What I mean is I'm slightly biased towards goalkeepers, and I think they're really cool people. But I can remember, you probably can't, because this will probably come out like 2 weeks after I record, but his breathtaking performance v Spurs about a month ago, and he can make a damn save and a half. Everton, Abdoulaye Doucouré. Autocorrect had fun with that name. The former Watford man is a bit under the radar with the likes of James Rodriguez, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and the antics of Jordan Pickford off your plate. But he has been a very good signing for them, as well for Everton, and he's generally a really good midfielder, really underrated, but I don't have any jokes, so we're going to move on now. Fulham, Anthony Robinson. I'd like to express my disgust that Fulham are trying to be as good at draws as Brighton. At Brighton, they take pride in frustrating fans with draws of the lowest quality, but Fulham are just ripping them off. It's disgraceful. Anyway, back to Anthony Robinson. Who spells Anthony with 2 E's at the end of their name? Yes, I know Anthony Robinson does that. Anyway, as you can see, I'm sort of out of joke ideas. I don't know too much about him, and I've been writing the notes and the script for several hours now, So, Leeds United, Jack Harrison. What a player he is, and no one ever seems to acknowledge his existence. Being an attacker for Leeds any day would surely be exciting, what with the stats of 5 million goals scored and 5 million conceded. But I think he needs to get a lot more credit for his work in attack, because he can score a brilliant goal and he is a brilliant player. Leicester City, James Justin, a man who treated Brighton like my dog treats a soft toy. I learnt in the worst possible way as a Brighton fan that he is a force to be reckoned with. When he was moved from one side to the other during the Leicester-Brighton game, suddenly poor Dan Burn, also known as the common relative of humans and giraffes, was exposed to the footballer equivalent of nuclear radiation. Liverpool, Fabio Henrique Tavares Fabinho. I bet you didn't know his full name either. I had to Google it too. Imagine how hard it would be to make YouTube videos without Google or the internet. Wait a second. Anyway, everyone seems to forget that he actually is a brilliant player, but Jurgen Klopp usually has to play him out of position because he has -4 centre-backs to choose from. And when playing out of position, he's not really as good as he usually is. Also, he has a brilliant goal in him for every now and then. And, if you look back at some of the goals he scored, they have been really, really good goals. Manchester City, Ilkay Gundogan. It seems to me that everybody forgot his existence at Manchester City, but he's made a brilliant comeback into the side and scored in the most of the matches that he's been in so far. Manchester United, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Look, I'm sorry, if you name your child Aaron, you are the laziest person of all. You open up the baby name book, take a look, and choose the first name you see. What do you mean I stole that joke off Michael McIntyre? Anyway, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is the equivalent of a brick wall in defence, a bit like me. Yeah, of course I'm as good as Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Newcastle United, Carl Darlow, the equivalent of a large spider in goal. But with Carl Darlow in the side, he can bring out some really superb saves and get you out of a lot of trouble. His saves make him as agile as Carl Darlow. Yeah, I think he's such a good goalkeeper, I can't find really anything to compare him with. Sheffield United, Aaron Ramsdale, another lazy parent. Matthew has written on my script that Ash Cash is a real name, so Aaron wouldn't be the first in the baby name, but yeah, we'll ignore that. Never mind. Anyway, the young goalkeeper is a brilliant talent, and even though his team is about as capable as a rhinoceros at playing football, he's a shining light that does not deserve to have a bad run of results like this. Hopefully, he can turn into something soon. Let's hope it's not a fire-breathing dragon. That joke sounded a lot better in my head. Southampton, Kyle Walker-Peters. Basically a Southampton Tarek Lamptey, but not as good as Lamptey, obviously. Tottenham Hotspur. Now, I was going to say Paulo Gazzaniga, but that would have been another goalie, and that would have been suspicious. Or, as people who play Among Us would say, sus. I mean, all that time you saved not saying picious and suspicious. What do you do that time? Anyway, yeah, so I'm not going to say him. I'm instead going to say Lo Celso. And the only reason I picked him is because my friend has a Lo Celso shirt. So I thought maybe Tottenham players like him. Tottenham fans like him. So, yeah, he's underrated. Let's move on. West Brom, Sam Johnston. Conspiracy theorists will claim that I'm biased towards goalkeepers. But, I mean, have you seen this man's performances recently? West Brom could fill in the goal with solid concrete, and it would probably be a worse goalie than him. Liverpool strikers puke at the sight of him, and Raheem Sterling probably faints at the mention of his name. I'm not a West Brom fan, but genuinely, I think this guy is a very, very good goalkeeper. West Ham, Thomas Soucek. In medieval times, they used to have this thing that would stretch people out and make them bigger and taller. What was that called? Food? No, I meant they used to have this torture device that would stretch you out. Anyway, somebody decided to use it on Thomas Soucek, and now he's addicted to scoring headers and being quite a good player. He's dynamic, he's constructive, he has a really good sense of... This sounds like a school essay. Wolves. Now, apparently Wolves is our script editor's favourite team because he liked their logo. Yeah, simple. Daniel Podence is my pick for Wolves. He may be short, but he's mighty.
Boom. Roasted.
skill after skill, goal after goal, a centre of balance lower than Arsenal in the table.
Boom. Roasted.
Okay, maybe not quite that low. That would be very low. You'd like be 30 centimeters. Okay, moving on. Yeah, he's skillful, agile, and nimble, which makes him sound like a broomstick. The way he plays, it's like he started practicing football at age -11.
What does he mean by that? What does he mean?
And the video has reached the status of conclusion at the present moment, and one will now terminate the broadcast. I don't know what that was. Anyway, that's the end of the video now. First on my list of things for my conclusion is to ask you to subscribe and like the video. Genuinely, we would love if you subscribed. We love all of your support, and any support that you can give us, that's great. Obviously, like it if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, still like the video, still subscribe, because that would be good. Anyway, second on my agenda is to shout out my friend's channel, Box Jellyfish. If you're into the sciencey sort of stuff, he is a really good YouTuber. He does a lot of stuff, paleontology, astronomy. So if you're into that stuff, go have a look at him. I'll include a link in the description if I remember when I upload it. Yeah, go have a look at him. He's genuinely a really good YouTuber. If you're into that sort of stuff, you would love him. If you're not, go subscribe to him anyway, because, yeah, he wants more subscribers. Anyway, let's move on now. Finally, I would like to thank Jamie for editing, Matthew for editing the script, my new mic for not making the audio sound like it was recorded through a rubber chicken, and I would like to thank you especially for watching, and I hope you have a great day.